Have you ever had the feeling that your creative well has just completely been drained dry, like there's nothing left? There are a number of really quick ways that you can recharge that well. You can re-energize yourself. In today's creativity hack, number 5 in the series, we're going to be talking about how you can do something that seems totally counterintuitive to what most people think about as ways to recharge. I want to talk about the power of doing nothing. Yep, that's exactly what I meant. Nothing. In today's culture, we tend to be so busy. We drive ourselves so hard. Go, 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 go. You're not being productive if you're not doing something. If there's no product at the end of the activity or the process, then it's not worth doing. But in truth, the very opposite is really where truth lies. So one of the fastest ways that you can recharge that well and re-energize yourself is by doing absolutely nothing. Taking time, blocking time out to give yourself the time to just be. I'm going to go over 5 things you can do to get to that stage of doing nothingness. The first is to remember that you need to be, not do. That's not nearly as easy as it sounds like for most of us. So one of the first things you want to do there is to become still. Be still. In the process of being still, you're being and you're letting go. And in letting go, you're relaxing. And in relaxing, especially in silence, you're able to begin to hear the thoughts that are going on in your head. That's actually the reason most of us become so busy and get so busy and stay so busy, is so we don't have to listen to ourselves in our heads. But those thoughts need to come out. Those thoughts are the things that are blocking your creativity. And until you're silent and until you're just sitting, you're not even going to be aware that they're there. So awareness is that first step towards silencing some of those thoughts and beliefs and voices that can get in your way. So be, not do. Relax and let go in silence so that you can listen to yourself. Number two is do that outside and unplugged. Because if you go outside, leave your phone behind, leave it turned off. If you go outside and you're unplugged, you're not going to be bothered by notifications. Your phone won't ring, it won't ping. You're not going to be tempted to type on your keyboard. You'll have less interruptions. And as one of my favorite writers has said, Anne Lamott, she said, almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. So we need to unplug. That's what I mean by doing nothing. Outside is one of the best places to do that. Number 3, become aware. When you're quiet, when you're still, when you're outside, it's so much easier to become aware, not just of your own thoughts, but of your senses. So think about those for a minute. Become aware of what you're feeling. And by feeling, I mean what you're touching, what you're hearing, what you're tasting. And yeah, you're always tasting stuff. You're tasting based on what you're smelling. So what do you smell? And most importantly, what are you seeing? Because if you're silent, if you're becoming more aware, you'll learn to see more deeply. And isn't that a goal that all of us have as artists? To learn to see deeply. When you can become still and aware, especially if you can become still and aware in front of your subject, it's so much easier to begin to see deeply. And I promise, the more you see, the more you'll see. So the more time you spend seeing and looking and observing, the more you'll see deeply, the more you'll see about line, shape, color, and form, light, value, composition, all of those tools that we have in our toolbox. Then number 4, play. If you're doing all the first 3 things that we've talked about, being and not doing, being outside and being unplugged, becoming more aware, the next step is to allow yourself just to play with what is there. Play. Play means to not be so attached to the outcome. You know, children play all the time. I've been watching my granddaughter as she plays. Children just don't naturally not play. They don't get attached to what's going to happen. They take what's right in front of them and they create an activity with it. They're light with it and they're detached from the outcome. So play, stay light, and stay detached. Last but not least, you'll find that those earlier 4 things will recharge your batteries. That's how you'll create that reset that recharges your batteries, because it creates a space for the new creative ideas to enter in. So, be, not do, outside to be unplugged, become aware, play like you did as a kid, and then replenish. Hope this is helpful. If it is, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and feel free to share this with anyone else you think needs to hear it. Happy painting, everyone. Bye-bye for now.